So I'm going to talk a little bit about the interoperability events that we've had and will hold. So what is interoperability event? It's where we get together and connect people bring their hardware, their systems, their software, and we connect them all together. And the slide seems to have a timing on it. The key point here is that it's multiple vendors. We held one last June. We had 15 different vendors, but we had more than 15 products because several of the vendors brought multiple products. We plugged them all together and had several hundred, actually close to 1,000 test cases we ran through with those products to verify that they all talked together and they communicated. And in the version one, it was primarily verifying what was in preliminary version one. And that was OPC UA and Redfish mostly, but we also did a few other things. Uh, it's an interactive session for developers. So they bring their code, they test things, they fix things. The idea is to improve the overall system. So we had a lot of, the list of vendors that were there is a pretty good list. Pretty much all the major players showed up. And then it was very successful. We had a lot of success. Everybody tested. This is cool. um, the key piece was that we're going to do it again. It was everybody liked it, everybody enjoyed it. So what we're going to work on in version two, which we haven't detailed yet, but it'll sometime be in the fall. We're going to test all of the new features in version two. Someone set timers on the slides. Um, the key thing for our next IOP is we're going to go test the version 2 items, but we're probably going to wait until the version 2.1 settings so that we have all the additional features out. But we're going to run through and again have an IOP primarily for members to go test things and to go check the interoperability of all the devices and make sure that everything we spec is actually achievable. In the preliminary one, we found several mistakes in the spec, things that weren't clear, so we clarified them and fixed them, and that's part of the purpose of these initial IOPs. Later on, we'll have a third IOP. That'll be more public. That's not going to be so much to validate the spec. It's going to be to showcase the products and the things that people have done, and we'll probably have a session for end users invited towards the end of that IOP so people can come see things. But the key thing here is that the IOPs are there to validate and ensure that what we've built works.